What is drug and alcohol random program and why is it required? This was generated to create safety on the roads while operating. FMCSA wants to make sure that your drivers are operating and not using drugs or alcohol while on the road. Drug testing and alcohol testing and random selections help you make sure that that's the case. The question you might ask is how often would the drivers be selected for drug or alcohol testing? The answer is simple. It's a lottery. You never know. You might be picked multiple times a year or not at all. There's 4 quarters each year and there's always a chance of you being picked for drug, alcohol, or both tests. What substances are being tested for while completing a drug test? While completing a drug test, you're being tested for multiple different drugs. Some of them are THC, cocaine, PCP, and OPs. We want to make sure that you are aware that not only those specific tests are being shown in the tests. If, for example, your wife is taking painkillers and you took it because of your back pain, that can also cause a positive drug test. How are drug and alcohol tests conducted and what can the driver expect? When random selections get generated by either your third party or the company that's completing your random selections, the notifications will get sent out to either owner-operators or the safeties of the company. The next step is the notification of the driver. Once the driver gets notified of the selection and receives the paperwork showing where the test needs to be completed, he needs to head into the collection site with the paperwork as well as his CDL and complete the test listed on the paperwork. The average turnaround time for the results is about 24 to 72 hours. That's when the employer as well as the driver will receive the results for the random testing. What happens if the driver fails a drug or alcohol test? If the driver fails drug or alcohol test, for whatever reason he completed it, under the DOT, he will be removed from safety-sensitive duties immediately. If the employer chooses to give you another chance, you will complete SAP program. Once completing that, you will get a certification that you can complete a return to duty. It's an observed test, but don't forget, that's not the end. There is also follow-up testing that comes along after that. You can be chosen for follow-up testing by the SAP director between 1 and 5 years, following the positive test. No matter if you are a driver or owner-operator, you are required to be a part of a random drug and alcohol consortium. How can a trucking company ensure compliance with the DOT regulations? To ensure compliance, make sure you have policies signed between you and each one of your drivers. Have the clearinghouse open to ensure that none of your drivers are prohibited from operating. The next thing for anybody that's not an owner-operator is supervision training to ensure that you know what to do when you think that your driver is drinking or smoking on the job. The last and most important step is finding a responsible third-party representatives to run your random program. As a reminder, Random Drug and Alcohol Consortium is required for every operating DOT company. If you have any questions, feel free to call TransLab at 224-238-3040 or check out our website at translab.co.